The majority of questions or comments that I hear often have to do with loneliness in a roundabout or direct way. Loneliness is the basis of all crime, all mental health disorders, and all addiction. So if we would like to limit these things, we have to limit loneliness. So loneliness is the lack of ability or resources to have another individual or group of individuals experience the way that you experience the world or see the way that you feel. So essentially, if you would like to limit loneliness, the first step is completely to understand how other people feel and validate how they feel. So human beings have caught on to this habit of trying to fix things that don't make other people feel good, or if someone is upset, we have a habit of trying to fix how they feel. Now, essentially, this is helpful, but not all the time. So if you are someone that feels lonely all the time, it usually means that you haven't had someone validate or step into your reality and see the way that you feel. This is very helpful when it comes to pain. So pain or suffering, often a lot of it has to do with feeling alone or feeling like no one is with you experiencing this feeling. So I personally view emotions sort of like entities or an archetype. So we're going to use, for example, let's say we have compassion, and we're going to have compassion. So compassion is a cloak around other ideas or words or expressions such as welcoming, loving, warmth, or forgiveness. This is going to be the compassion, and then we're going to have the needs that need to be met in order to have compassion. So essentially, if you want to be more compassionate, you have to have these needs met, or to experience these things underneath compassion. So the same thing goes to loneliness. If you are a person that feels lonely all the time, it just means that you haven't experienced or had the ability to connect with other people and have them step into your reality and experience the way that you feel. So instead of saying, I don't want to feel lonely anymore, you might want to step under this particular cloak and look up what makes up loneliness. So in my opinion, loneliness has to do with feeling isolated and feeling shame. These are the two things that make up loneliness, in my opinion. Now, I know there are other definitions, but in my experience, this is what makes it up. So shame and isolation oftentimes go together, because shame is an entity or an archetype that really wants to be hidden, or something about yourself doesn't want to be seen. So it's very helpful to have someone come into your space or your reality and see things or this particular emotion or experience and have them experience it with you. Now, obviously, shame doesn't want anyone else to experience it, so it always wants to be contained or hidden away. So it is very helpful for a start to be around people who accept you the way that you are, and not necessarily try to change who you are. So I'm going to give an example that I hope makes a little bit more sense. Let's say somebody wants to be a teacher. It's their dream to be a teacher, but they're around people that don't necessarily respect teachers, or maybe they think that you should be doing something else. So it's going to be very hard for you to feel accepted or seen, or have people experience what you experience. So instead of maybe hanging around these people often, maybe you should gravitate towards people who really love teachers or really respect teachers. And this will be very helpful when it comes to shame. Maybe you have shame about maybe you don't feel like a good person, or maybe you're insecure about the way that you look, or maybe you're insecure or have shame about some things that you don't feel like you have done right in your life. Instead of hiding these things, find people who feel the same way that you do, and I promise you that there are people that feel the same way that you do. So I hope this video helped anybody, and I hope it answered any questions. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!